So as this video begins, I would like everyone to just hear me out. Really just hear me out when I say this. Just try it, right? That's the theme of this video. I want us to just try it and see what happens. What I'm referring to is last night, the Atlanta Dream played in the Mohegan Sun Arena, or at least I think that's the name of it. Maybe I'm getting them confused with Phoenix, I'm not sure. But we played Connecticut in their arena, right? We played Connecticut in Connecticut, and we won. For anyone who's tapped into the WNBA, you know how big of a deal that is. Now, a little context. They were coming off of a back-to-back. You know, folks have been playing a lot, you know. Thomas has kind of been injured every now and again, but then she, you know, pushes on back and stuff. Like, they're going through a lot right now. But the fact that we were able to beat them in Connecticut is huge. And I attribute that to the return to form, almost, of Jordan Canada. I thought Jordan Canada played a whole lot better than she did, you know, in her first game back. Again, I'm not really quite sure how a hand injury equates to conditioning. You know, you can still run with a hand injury, so cool. But I think Jordan Canada indeed played better, and that's great. So that kind of solves the decision-making on the court issue. What I think we could do in the future, so we're not just taking advantage of teams playing a back-to-back, and so we're not just relying on the greatness of certain players, and we're not just relying on did they remember to play defense tonight or not. Let's run the triangle. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to try to convince you over the course of this video why, if Coach Wright wants to do this like open offense thing or whatever she's calling it, where there's just options and stuff like that, why not have a plan to go with it? And I think we could run the triangle. Now, I'm not an X's and O's guy. I never have been, probably never will be, but I do know a little bit about the triangle. In a past life, when I covered the Knicks, Phil Jackson had Carmelo, D Rose, and them playing the triangle, and it was very fascinating to watch because I don't believe they had the players for that at the time. And Hornacek wanted to do the fast break. It was a poop show, but that's not here or there. I think Coach Wright has the necessary individuals to run such an offense. Now, we all know that her favorite thing is run the fast break and push the pace. Now, again, I will be the person who says that's not a play, but it is a great mentality to have and a great theme of the tagline Run with the Dream. I think it's a really good strategy. It's not a play, but I think it's a very good strategy. But there are going to be times where maybe the other team doesn't miss, or maybe we just can't outrun people and do football touchdown passes, right? We're not just going to be able to throw Hail Marys and someone on the other side of the court is going to catch it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not always going to be the case. I think with the players that we have, both injured and on the court, shout out Ryan Howard, shout out Ariel Powers, unfortunately, getting hurt and such. But even when they come back, and even with them not even on the team, I think we have the necessary players to run this offense. Now, on a one-on-one base level, dominant post player, bunch of shooters type beat, right? Hear me out, incorporating the triangle. You got Tina Charles, who's already the clear focal point of the team, right? Offensively, even when Ryan's there, you know? Dump the ball down to her. And again, this is if the fast break didn't work. If we got to do a half-court thing or bringing up the ball, you know, slowly or something like that, right? Dump the ball down to Tina Charles, right? Tina Charles is on the block, either on the right side or the left side or whatever, right? Give the ball to Tina. She always got them elbows up. You know what I mean? Boom. Give the ball to Tina. Now, right now, we've got Tina right here. You've got a shooter in the corner and another shooter, like, closer to the top-ish of the key, right? Depending on which post she's on, right? That's the triangle. Okay? That is the literal triangle. From there, people just get to cut. Then you got the other side, and I'm not really quite sure what they do over there. Again, I'm not a coach. I'm just simply saying that if you want to run something with options, why not go with something that we know works and you have the players to do so? You've got dominant bigs where if you ask them to go down low, they can start the offense type stuff, you know? You got Cheyenne Parker, if you tell her to go down there, right? You got Tina Charles, you got Nas, you got Nia Coffey, right? You got multiple options. LA, get Miss Ami here down there, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get LA down there. You got 5 people you can go to. And do we still have that white girl who's really tall? Or is she mixed? I don't know. Light-skinned lady. So that's really 6. So you got 6 people who you can give the ball down low to initiate these options. And it doesn't have to be specific triangle ones, just whatever it is she feels like she needs to do. But by implementing the introduction and the setup of the triangle, when the fast break doesn't work, y'all, they could be on to something. And again, then Coach Wright can continue to not draw plays, and it's okay because there's a system in place. Not just your generic swing, take a shot. No, I mean like a legitimate system. And I'm sure someone on the coaching staff knows how to draw plays. Someone on the coaching staff has a firm understanding of the triangle. Or maybe they can find someone or just YouTube it. I think it would be worth checking out. People get to cutting. You know, you don't see what you want. Back them down. Either take that little, you know what I mean, into the little push shot, to the little skyhook joint, you know what I mean? Or, you feel me? Back them down, boom, drop step. You right there. Or, if you turn in either direction and the double comes, you could have someone cutting on the back door. You still got the shooters up top from the original triangle, and there's still 2 other players that are doing something. You know what I mean? Like, there are options upon options, even if you don't want to run the actual triangle. Whatever it is that they do option-wise, or however it is that the players move around, because again, if it's Coach Wright specifically making the directions, she's probably not going to say anything. She's just going to say move around. So however the players move around outside of Tina or whoever getting to it down low, I think it could work. Because at least at that point, you have a literal system, maybe not a plan, but a system to run if everything fails. And at that point, you're like plugging and playing. It doesn't matter who the 5 on the court are. As long as everyone is playing their specific role and such, you'll be fine. I think it's worth looking into. Now, the Dream will not do it, probably, but I think it's worth looking into. If I was the coach of the team, which I'm not, and I'm aware, if I was the coach of the team and I had players like this, I say why not try it? And who better to run an offense like this than the ever-changing positionless roster that we have? You can have Haley Jones set it up every now and again. You can have Ariel Powers set it up every now and again. Ryan, Alicia, Jordan Canada. You know, I just named like all 12. I just named the whole team. It's a pretty even split down the middle. 6 forwards, 6 guards. I mean, I don't think I left anyone out. I think that's the whole team. Why not? Why not? So just from the standpoint of offering something more than just, hey, draw a play, that's what you could do. And it can make things a little bit more organized on the offensive end. Because after last night, I can see that, you know, when they want to, they can tap in defensively, and she's a good defensive coach, allegedly. You know what I mean? So just add an actual system to that. Hey, I think it's worth trying. They won't, but I think it's worth trying. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think I'm just like Am I too far gone at this point? Am I talking with things I don't understand? I don't know. Let me know down below. I think it's a fun concept and a fun idea, and I would like to see. Now, Monique.